When is Riven getting nerfed? She is currently the most picked top laner with a 52% win rate. These are awfully high numbers for a supposedly difficult champion. Please nerf Riven. As a Diamond 4 Garen main, I stop playing until he gets a fix. I cannot win a single game right now, and by the way, something that the majority of the community thinks is that Garen beats Riven. Garen beats Riven with a 42.87% win rate. Dude, Garen does not counter Riven. The last time Riven was nerfed was in patch 5.21. Since this patch, Riven has been buffed in patch 5.24, 6.1, 6.17, 7.24, and patch 8.13. Are you kidding me? Riven has never really been that strong within the last couple of seasons. Several sites are showing that Riven has a staggering 54 up to 55% win rate. I am sick and tired of this champion being so frustrating to... Alright, so I think people are taking this way too far right now. So it is no doubt that Riven is currently one of the best champions to pick up right now in the current patch. She is being considered one of the S+ tier champions, and she also has a win ratio of about 52.88%. This is a very high number considering that Riven is one of the most played champions of the entire game, currently holding a 50.8% in pick rate in all of the games currently played. And people have already discovered how broken she is, and that's the reason why she is currently being banned in 18.9% of all the games. But even with all of that being said, there's no reason to go to the forums and then complain to Riot Games that she's being too overpowered. They are already full aware of this issue and they already know what they are up to. They said that they are going to be nerfing the Conqueror first, and if she remains to be overpowered with all of those numbers, they might even consider nerfing her in specific. Anyway, the reason I am making this video today is because I don't agree with the Riven nerfs at all. In fact, she doesn't really deserve any Riven nerfs because she is fine the way that she is right now. Many people don't really understand why Riven is being super strong right now, so I want to get in those things and actually explain how this happened. So when the new preseason came out, which was the preseason of season 9, they actually added a new feature to the rune system. We've already had this system in the past, but they bring it back into the game, and the thing that I'm talking about is the bonus stats into the runes. So back in season 8, if you wanted to take Conqueror on Riven, you actually had to take Conqueror and you would have to deal with the attack speed which it had. And when you play Riven, you don't necessarily need attack speed at all. It pretty much does nothing for you because all you're doing is you're trying to cancel your autos and you're trying to do your combos. So the only thing that attack speed would do is it would actually try to help you out doing the combo a little bit faster or making it a little bit easier for you to do the combos. But in general, the attack speed really did nothing at all. Back in those days, the Conqueror was already one of the best runes that you could go for, but you simply sacrificed a lot of damage because you had to take the attack speed which it had. But now with the season 9 changes, you can just go into the Conqueror page and you can still take full AD in the bonus stats. So only after a couple of weeks, Riven's win rate has already started to increase a lot because of this change. But that is simply not where it ends. People have actually started to discover a new item for Riven, which back at the time was the Essence Reaver. This item was completely busted on Riven. Her win ratio got increased so much because of this item. I don't want to go in full detail of why this item was being broken because just about a couple of videos ago, I have already explained how this item works. Anyway, the item, which is the Essence Reaver, just got changed into a new item, which was Spear of the Shojin item. And this only happened about 2 patches ago. Now, one thing you gotta consider when things like this will happen is that some of the websites which records all of the win ratios, a lot of those websites need a lot of time to update again. That's why a lot of the websites are telling you that she has a 50% win rate, and then the other website tells her that she has a 55% win rate. Anyway, this is not my excuse for why she should not be nerfed at all, but there's actually some more reasons to why she's being broken. So after the item, which was the Essence Reaver, got changed into the Spear of Shojin item, there was still one very big problem which had to be solved. And that thing that we are talking about is the thing with the Conqueror and the bonus stats. So with the old Conqueror, the big problem was that you could charge up this Conqueror on creeps, and once this thing was being fully charged, you could go into any tank and you could completely destroy them. That is literally how broken the old Conqueror was. That's the reason why you never saw tanks in the game ever again. And if you so happen to play against a tank, you would always destroy them with Conqueror. This is the reason why all of the tanks in the game got a very low win ratio, and also the reason why Riven has started to get a very good win rate. But that was not the only thing which made this win rate go so high. Now the second problem that the old Conqueror had, which basically, if you happen to play Riven against an Aurelia for an example, both players should probably have Conqueror at the time because Riven and Aurelia are very good with that rune. But anyway, getting back to the point, whoever gets to proc this Conqueror first will most likely win the 1v1 at all times. Now one thing to consider is that Riven is a very good champion in terms of all-in. As soon as you press your ultimate with Riven, you can easily chase down people with all of the dashes and all of that what you have. If you are stronger than the enemy opponent and you are trying to chase them down as Riven, most of the time the enemy is forced to fight you even if you are stronger because they cannot get away anymore. Now with the old Conqueror, this is what made her so broken. Literally the only thing you had to do was proc it first and then go for the all-in. So not only was she considered being a very strong champion against tanks with Conqueror, but if you somehow manage to be very good with Conqueror and always proccing it first against whoever you play against, you would most likely win almost every single lane. Now obviously Riot has seen this and they want to change the old Conqueror into a new rune. This is very understandable of Riot because they want to get the tanks back into the game and they don't want all the bruises to be very insanely strong. But now here's where the problem starts to begin. So they delete the old Conqueror and they bring back this new rune, and this rune which they added to the game is actually just about as strong as the old Conqueror was. For a lot of the champions that used Conqueror in the past, the new Conqueror is not really as good for them because for some of those champions it takes a little longer to proc the Conqueror, but in this case for Riven she has been better than ever. She gets to proc the Conqueror so easily with her combos and her auto attacks. This is what makes Riven truly overpowered and this is what gets her this insane win ratio. They are already planning on nerfing the Conqueror within the next patch, but taking a look at the nerf, it doesn't look like Riven is gonna lose her win rate anytime soon. They are pretty much nerfing the attack damage that you get from those stacks whenever you are trying to stack it up, but that is not the reason why Conqueror is being broken right now on Riven at least. The fact that she can stack it up so easily with her combos and auto attacks, she can get the Conqueror sustain and the Conqueror true damage very easily. This is what makes Riven a very big problem right now. Just getting that adaptive force damage that comes from the stacks is not really the reason why it's so strong. If they do decide to nerf Riven at some point and take out a lot of damage or whatever they are thinking of, they are going to destroy Riven. That's going to be the end of the Riven. Anyway, the Conqueror nerf is going to be within the next patch and we are going to see how much lower the win rate is going to be. But I'm not really expecting that much of a change at least. If they want to fix the problem about Riven being broken and all the other champions with the Conqueror, the best thing for them to do right now is to bring back the old fervor of back in the day. So with the new Conqueror right now, you can simply stack it up by not doing auto attacks but also doing your spells. If you go back to the older days with the Fervor of Battle, the only way to stack up the Fervor of Battle was simply by auto-attacking and the spells would do nothing at all. Literally the only thing that makes the new Conqueror so overpowered is because you can stack it up with spells. They are better just off swapping it back to the old Fervor of Battle. I don't get it why they just don't swap it back. Anyway, once again, Riven does not deserve to be nerfed. In my opinion, she should not be nerfed at all. They should keep her the way it is and just simply fix the Conqueror itself, because Riven is not the only champion which can proc it very fast and make it broken, but there's also plenty of other champions which are very broken at the moment. Definitely not talking about a champion like Cassiopeia who can stack it up like crazy. Anyway, with all of this being said, I hope you guys understand my opinion about this and I hope Riot doesn't go through with Riven nerfs in the future. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. If you want to see high elo Riven gameplay, don't forget to actually go to my stream and check me out. If you want to be in a very nice and friendly community, then don't forget to join my Discord server. And if you got any questions, just make sure you ask them down in the comments right below. And I guess I'll see you guys in my next video, man. Peace.